Hello, my name is Captain Patrick with Sailing Florida Charters. Welcome aboard Meow. Today I'm going to give you a boat briefing on this vessel. I'm going to start today with the panel behind me, showing you all the switches and whistles on it. Starters, over here we have 120 volts. This whole panel is only 120 volts. That's it. When you're underway, this is useless unless you have the generator on. Under here is 12 volts only, battery use. Before you depart, we have to make sure you kill all the power, one at a time. And then after that, you go to the breaker, over there at the pedestal on the dock, and you turn off the breaker. Then you're free to unplug. Alright, here's the pedestal, located right behind your vessel. After you turn off the breaker inside of the panel, you come out here, lift up this little door, and turn off the breaker like that. And it's located same spot as the yellow cord. After that, you unscrew the shore power and go sailing. Once you have turned off the breaker on the pedestal, you're free to unplug. When you come to unplug, what you do is got to turn the black ring counterclockwise so it comes off, and then pull. When you put the shore power back in, you'll see a red light right here. Make sure it's facing the up position. And then you screw the black ring clockwise. Right behind the salon table, we have the tank switching. You would remove the back rest, and then you will see this that you see currently. To turn off a tank, you would turn it clockwise, and it's 90 degrees from the pipe. You got two tanks on this boat. You got a total of 206 gallons, 103 gallons each side. You can isolate them by just turning this quarter turn, just like this. The reason I always tell people to isolate the water tanks is so they always have a backup. So if you have a big group and you run out of water, now you know you only got one tank left and it's time to pull into shore and fill up your water tanks. The bilge pumps on this vessel, there's two of them, are located at midship on both hulls. Down below here, you will see a bilge pump. It's automatic. Every now and then you may hear a noise going like that, and then it will shut off by itself. That's normal. Up on the panel you will also see a switch that says port and starboard bilge. If for any reason the float switch goes bad, you can manually turn on the switches and it'll pump the boat out. This boat is equipped with two manual bilge pumps. They're located on the port and starboard hulls. If you need to use them, you will lift up the gray lever, pull back and forth until the water is empty, and then push the gray lever back down, and you're safe. Over here is the starboard side manual bilge pump. Works the same way. It's right on the stairs. Pull out, you open up, and you pump. Go to completely dry. When finished, you close it, push the handle down, and you're safe again. Alright, welcome to the head. This is one of three. All toilets are exactly the same. You're going to have two buttons right here. The top one adds water and flushes. The bottom one is a toggle either to the left or to the right. If you flip it to the left, it just adds water. If you flip it to the right, it'll only flush. In addition to having three heads, you got three showers. Each shower has a sump pump. You got to make sure you turn on the shower sump pump at the panel first. Then as you're taking a shower, there's either going to be a button or a toggle. It's a little loud, but it will drain the water. Alright, out here next to the grill of the dinghy, you got a propane locker. So propane right here. All you got to do is open it up and make sure the tank is in the on position. When you turn it clockwise, you're actually turning it off. You always make sure you turn it counterclockwise so it stops. Now the propane tank is in the on position. Right next to it, you also have a fire extinguisher. This is one of 3. Once you have turned on the propane valve in the back, you're good to cook. The first thing you got to do is turn on the gas valve. Right over here, you see a yellow light that turns on. The switch is located, by the way, at the panel. And then to light the stove, you push in and turn. And then hit the red button, and it lights. When you're done cooking, you turn it to the off position, and then you would turn the gas valve off. FYI, you also have to have the gas valve on to use the barbecue. Alright, right here we have the refrigerator and the freezer. People get confused and put stuff in the freezer instead of the refrigerator. The top one is the freezer. If you accidentally put stuff like a water, it gets frozen, just like this. The bottom is your fridge. Oh, both have through hulls. This one has through hulls on both hulls. For example, I'm going to lift up this floor. Here we go. Everything's labeled. This one says generator, raw water out. This one says toilet, salt water in. These toilets are saltwater flush, so it needs to take water in. And this other one is your macerator through hull. There you see through hulls like this throughout the boat. Everything is labeled. Fire extinguishers. We found one in the propane locker. There's one right here in the starboard hull, right next to the stairs. On the port hull, same exact spot. This vessel has a book, looks just like this. Inside this book, you will find a registration in the back page. There we go. Also inside this book, we have pictures of different locations where you can go. Emergency contacts, waist tie knots. We also have here a chart. Every boat has one. Very detailed chart, and we'll be going through these shortly. For your safety, on the starboard side of the vessel, above the nav desk, you will find a first aid kit, flares, and then on the other side, right here, you will find a toolkit. Over here, you got some breakers. On the far corner over here, I know it's hard to see them, you got winches. They're all in the on position. These are, you got 2 electric winches up on deck, and that's how you turn them off. Next to that, you got your windlass, anchor windlass. Off, on. Next to that, you got your electric davit. Off, on. To kill the whole power to the boat, you got the little round knob over there, you switch it to the off position. After you turn on the breaker underneath the sink for the windlass, and you turn on the engines to the boat, your windlass will operate. This is the control right here, up and a down. It's all chain. You got about 150 feet of chain, and there's your snubber right over there, and that's it. Alright, like I said, this boat has 206 gallons of water. Each side is 103. tanks are like this. They look just like this. They're green, and the water fill is going to be right here where this white cap is. What you would do, you would unscrew the whole cap, like so. Throw a hose in there, fill it up. Please keep it from overflowing, because the generator is where my feed is. After you're done, put the cap back on, and repeat on the other side. This boat has 2 waste tanks. Well, what comes in must come out. Right here is where you would pump out your boat. This is on the forward starboard side of the boat. There's a second pump out, midship, port side. Alright, well, this is where you add fuel to the vessel. There's one on each side. It's a total of 185 gallons. Right here in the last step, it's diesel on both sides. And this also is for your generator as well. Alright, we are now at the helm. This boat has 2 electric winches. There's foot pedals, and it'll turn, one there, and one there. Twin engines. Here are your throttles. Here you have an autopilot. To engage the autopilot, all you have to do is hit the auto button. To disengage it, you hit the standby button. The one next to it is just wind speed and wind direction. You got your compass, and you got your depth. Below that is your Raymarine E90. It's all touchscreen. If you want to go to charts, you go to charts. If you want to go see the road, you can see the road. Over here you have lights for the cockpit, and down below on the table, sails. You've got jib sheets, one on each side. The 2 outer ones are your jib sheets. The yellow one right here, it's all labeled, is your main halyard. As you're raising the sail, have someone guide the boom so it won't get caught in the lazy jacks. On this side, you've got 2 reefing points, so reef 1 and reef 2, and this is your spare halyard. You also have a ram mic for talking on the VHF. And lastly, we have our engines. Right here, this is where you start and stop. Alright, your jib furling line is located on the starboard side right next to the gate. When it's time to open up the jib, you take this yellow line, release the lock, and then pull on one of the jib sheets that we were just talking about. But keep in mind, you got to keep a little tension on the furling line so it won't bind up on the drum up front. Alright, now we are on the deck where the mainsail is. To open up the mainsail, you first would unzip the sail cover. The sail cover stays on. If you can't reach it, there is a little step located right here for your convenience. Okay, in the cockpit, you're going to notice this seat opens up. In here you will find your emergency life raft, another fire extinguisher, and underneath the seat, right here, is your emergency tiller. Alright, another area that opens up in the cockpit is right here. In here you just find spare parts, extra belts, extra filters, oil. There's even a little cart you can use to carry things with. Alrighty, the dinghy. Alright, before you put the dinghy in the water, always make sure the plug is in. After you get the plug in, you can lower the dinghy by just pushing a button. Right above my head, there's this black button that says down. You would hit it like so, and the dinghy will go in the water. When you're done, you bring it right back up. Alright, that completes the briefing on this beautiful yacht called Meow. If you have any questions, find one of us captains on the docks and we'll gladly answer any questions you have. And again, thank you for choosing Sailing Florida.